Of emotion after that game. I know it's just one game, but what did it mean to you guys to open up to come here to the Swamp, big crowd, and get this kind of win?
I mean, it meant a lot. You know, we put the work in, so I mean, we knew that if we did what we needed to do, we would have no problem, you know, getting it done. Just because we have so much faith and so much trust in each other. You know, so I mean, the hard work was done since January. You know, those last 8 months were tough. You know, at Green Tree, in the weight room. So I mean, that's where all the work was done.
X, the communication, well, when Cam would improvise, but then somehow make something happen, it seemed like you guys have been working together for years. How are you guys able to develop that sort of chemistry?
For sure. I mean, you may tell, practice sucks running back and forth looking for Cam, so, I mean, again, he's ridiculous. He's amazing. He's a ball player, and we're super lucky to have him.
X, he makes it look easy. Like, not with much effort. Like, even when he took off in that first run, he kind of just tiptoed out of bounds. I mean, the way he played, does that affect your guys' mentality, just how easy he makes it look?
For sure. I mean, I think it all starts with the emotion he has for the game, the love he has for the game. He has the same love that we all have for the game, so it's easy, to do something for someone that loves the football as much as you.
The O-line, got to give him some love, but what did you guys just feel going into this game, giving him the time to find his receivers, and what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, we knew the defensive line that we were going to face today was going to be a tough one. They're a great team, they're a great front, they're a great defense, and we were prepared for that. So going into this game, we just had the mindset is like we prepared well for this team. I mean, we just executed well. So we know we have a quarterback. You're going to be blocking, like you guys said. He's going to find his receivers. It might take 8 to 10 seconds, so we got to keep blocking. So, I mean, I love Cam, I love our receivers, I love our whole team.
As for you, your two big plays, both 40-yard catch and run, and splitting the two defenders from the touchdown. Can you walk us through both of those?
Again, I just did what I was supposed to do, I mean, I just feel like I have God on my side. I'm a big believer in Christ, and, I mean, all glory goes out to Him. I feel like I was just, motivated through Him, and whatever happened, happened,
What did he say to the offense after the interception? When he threw it, like the one mistake he made all day, did he say anything?
We didn't let that phase us.
I mean,
he didn't even mention anything yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew we were going to face adversity, so we just kept going. That was a one-time thing this whole game, and you saw we didn't let it affect us.
Right.
Jalen, you're from like Northeast Florida, if I remember right. Kind of a Gator country area. So, what do you think this win over Florida in the Swamp like this means to a program?
I'm just glad to say that. I mean, we beat Florida. I mean, being where I'm from, like you just said, Jacksonville area, you got a lot of Gators. You got a lot of, Seminoles fans. You got a lot of Hurricanes too, Georgia even. But I'm glad that I'm at the better Florida school.
Yeah, you played Florida State and now Florida. Which do you think is a tougher environment to win in? We know you have 90,000 strong here, and Florida State's no picnic either. Do you have any preference as to which one's more difficult to play against?
I mean, they're both great teams, both great atmospheres. I mean, our fans actually showed up today, and gave us so much. They helped us out so much. So big shout out to the fans for sure. And we need them at Hard Rock.
For both of you guys, Mark Fletcher getting 2 touchdowns, obviously long rehab process throughout the offseason. See him come back, be here week 1, and be able to do what he did tonight. How big is that for you guys, and how good was it to see him do that personally?
Yeah, so I mean, me personally, I've been through injuries too. So when he got injured, had surgery and all that, we were all there. Even me and X, the whole team was there to motivate him throughout that whole process. And he had that mindset is every day I'm gonna get better. So when I come back, he's gonna do what he did and do all these rushing yards, block. I mean, he's phenomenal. So I'm glad we have him in the running back room.
And he's another believer in Christ, and I don't think I've ever seen someone shine as bright as he did while going through his rehab process. Every day he came with a smile on his face and words of wisdom to give to us, so when he was back, we have a lot of respect for him.
Jalen, what'd you think of Matt McCoy and Ryan Rodriguez playing next to them?
Yeah, I mean, I knew all camp, I knew all offseason that I was going to have to play either, between, McCoy and Ryan. So, every series you saw them rotating, and it was good to play with them. I mean, I've been preparing with them the whole time. So I knew that I was going to expect those things from those guys.
The physicality that you guys showed against a very experienced Florida defensive line and big guys, just how much did it mean to you to be able to do that?
I mean, it didn't affect us. We knew that they're the a big front, so we didn't let that affect us. We were going to prepare the same if we were going to face a little D-line, a big D-line. So I'm glad we came out with a win and we didn't let the big size affect us.
Did that show your work in the offseason to kind of get ready?
Yeah, I mean, it shows. I mean, we faced a good defense. They're not probably as big as them, like 400 pounds, like 21. But, I mean, they're a good team, and it goes to show that we've been putting in work, and we're going to continue putting in work.
So how
We'll do
much
a couple more.
Yeah, how important was it to get that first quality win out of the way instead of a softer opponent, you know, an SEC team like Florida?
I mean, it didn't matter to us either if we were going to face a FCS team or whatever. I mean, it didn't matter. I mean, I'm glad we beat Florida. I'm glad we got the win, and we're going to prepare the same we did for this week for FAMU next week.
Coach Cristobal mentioned that before the game, before you left the hotel, Cam talked to you guys and had a message. I mean, what is it like for a guy this is his first game, and he has that impact and you guys could say something? What did he say? What is it about it that you guys follow him the way you do, even for a guy playing his first game that you're beautiful today?
I mean, I don't think there's been a day at University of Miami he hasn't said something, you know. So, I mean, we kind of look to him. He's a great leader. His actions follow it. So, I mean, we have, again, so much respect for Cam.
X, I may be wrong, but I don't think you haven't played quarterback since like Deerfield. When you miss that pass, you put your hands on your head and lift that coach up. Why you being so hard on yourself, man? That's not something you do every day, right?
I mean, I just consider myself an athlete, so, you know, when the ball's put in my hand, it makes something happen, you know. It was this close, that's why I put my hands on my head, but hopefully we'll get another one soon.
Jalen, similar question to what was asked about Mark. Live in Royal, he's had battled through some major injuries in his time in Miami. Just how great was it to see him have very good performance today?
I'm just happy that it didn't affect them, like we were saying, that we were always there for them throughout that whole process. So to see them back on the field, and it goes to show all the hard work they put in during the rehab process, and that process getting back, because that's the even harder process than the rehab one, getting back on the field. And you didn't see any pain, and it didn't pop up. So I'm glad to see them out there shining.
Tyler, not a bad first game as a Miami Hurricane. How did it feel?
It felt great. I mean, I just enjoyed the culture that Coach Cristobal has really preached to us. So I'm just happy to be here, to be honest, just excited to be a part of it.
You guys lost Ruben, I think, on the very first play of first series, and you didn't seem to skip a beat as a defensive line. Can you just speak to that and what you guys?
I mean, we hate to have a guy like that out for this will be a short time, but we just got to keep rolling with the punches, next man up type mentality. So we just regrouped and kept going.
What does it say about your guys' depth that you guys have accumulated? You're able, without one of your top guys, be able to still do what you guys did today?
I mean, it says a lot about the depth. I mean, we got a lot of top guys in the room, so I think it's just a big thing when the group can kind of just come back together. Coach Taylor can get us lined back up and just keep playing ball.
I know you're watching the other side, but what's it like to see Cam Ward run around there by time and find guys?
Oh, I mean, Cam did an amazing job. I know he wants a few plays back, but I mean, he did a great job. He's a great player, and he leads us the right way.
Tyler, you've played a lot of college football. Talk a little bit about that. You mentioned culture. Like, how is it different with what you guys have going here so far this year?
For sure. I mean, Coach Cristobal is just a worker's mentality. So, I mean, we're glad to get this win, but I mean, it's behind us, so we're just getting ready for the next week.
And how much does a win like this kind of propel you guys forward, move you guys forward? I know it's just one game, but
right.
A big win over a rival like this on the road. How much does that?
I mean, a win is a win, so you're happy to get one when you can and put a W in that box. But like I said, I mean, we're on to the next week. We're ready for our next opponent.
Just what did you see from the Florida offensive line? You guys seems like you gave them fits pretty much all day.
For sure. I mean, they gave us a lot of things that we thought we were going to see in film. Our coaches did a really good job scheming us up and getting us coached up on what we were going to see. So I think we were well prepared, and I think we'll be the same for next game.
Is that like the ultimate to come into a hostile road environment and basically start emptying the place by the end of the third quarter?
I mean, yeah, that's your goal is to get on them early. So I think we did a great job. Coaches had us prepared, and I think we did the right thing.
Is it cool to dance to their song to start the fourth quarter?
Yeah, definitely was a good feeling.
This game was on national TV, obviously, so do you think you send a message to the rest of the country that the Canes are a force to be reckoned with, knowing full well that 91,000 people, I think, are in this?
For sure. I mean, definitely, I think we sent the right message to whoever wanted to receive it, but for us, it was just really proving to ourselves that we are who we say we are.
Take us through that interception.
I would just say, just watching a lot of tape, it's a route that, they've ran up a few times. Graham Merge is a really good quarterback. He's really good at, looking off receivers. I think I talked about that on the interview. So just staying patient in the post route and, letting the play come to me.
What about the Gator chomp afterward?
Oh, that was just, I should have did the Canes one. That's on me. I should have did the Miami Hurricanes one. It's all about the team.
Mish, what did it, just your first game as a Miami Hurricane and doing it in this environment, just what did it mean to you?
It meant a lot, you know. This is a rivalry game. I've been in some rivalry games myself, and so I know what it means to South Florida and, you know, just the whole state of Florida winning this rivalry game. So, you know, I made sure I prepared, you know, the best way I could, you know, not only for myself, but, you know, for guys that, you know, are from here, Coach Cristobal and just the whole staff.
How would you describe the defensive performance? It just seemed like as the game wore on, your physicality really seemed to maybe wear them down a little bit.
I would just say that's a really great offense. You know, they got a strong line. You know, all three levels are really strong. You know, I just think Coach Guidry put in a really good game plan for us, and you know, us just trusting. I think that's the biggest thing when a defense coordinator puts in the game plan. All 11 guys and the backups, they all have to trust it. I think that was the main thing of us trusting the game plan and really just dialing in and being able to, you know, go all 4 quarters and finish like we did.
What do you think of the secondary in general?
I thought we played well. You know, there's some few plays we didn't play perfect. You know, that's what we strive for, perfection. You know, every single day. So we didn't play perfect, but you know, made some plays. You know, Jay Harris got his first interception. I'm really happy for him. Markeith, Damari Brown, OJ, first start in the Swamp. That's really huge. So you know, just continue. Jay Rich, just continue to lift those guys up. And you know, keep motivating them. You know, this is just one game. You know, we plan to go 16 more, so just keep it up.
And Cam said that Oregon and USC were both louder than the stadium was today. You played in the Pac-12, so your thoughts on that?
They got some good fans. You know, when they scored on the testing, they got pretty loud. But I've been in some loud games, so it wasn't nothing that shaking me.
Did you just say you plan on playing 16 more?
Yes, I think I think 17 games is the national championship. I think it's 17 now because of the 12-game playoff. I think it's, yeah,
if you get a first round bye, then
first round.
16.
Oh, my bad then. Hey, I like that. I'm at 16. There we go.
Anything else for me? When you get back at safety and the quarterback is like dinking and dunking, how do you stay focused back there until you get a shot, the ball coming your way?
I would say just going through my process. You know, I have a process in my head every single down. So, you know, get the call, see the splits, what down and distance it is. You just got to completely go over that every single time. You know, it can get a little bit, you know, boring back there if you're just sitting back there watching, you know, everything happen. You're just like, make my play. But, you know, I just kept telling myself, you know, and also trusting in God that He's going to put me in a spot to make a play. And if it was going to be one shot, you know, I had my one shot today. So I just made sure I capitalized on it. You know, all glory to God for that.
You were on a playoff team last year. You just said the plan is to play 16. Does this feel like a team, like a playoff team, like you were on last year?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm here to talk about this year. You know, this year is a team that, you know, I've said that since I got here. You know, this is why I came here. You know, Coach Cristobal, he's played in big games, and I got to see, going against him a couple times, the type of team he wants to build and, you know, the places he wants to go to. So that's something that I want to be a part of, and that's something that we all believe in.
You guys have, I think, 40 or so new players between the freshmen and the transfers, and it seemed like you guys were very well coordinated, very well meshed already in week 1. How did you guys do that when, you know, a bunch of you guys came in the spring, some in the summer? How do you guys gel and integrate into the team so fast?
I would say that's all credit to, you know, Coach Cristobal and the recruiting staff. You know, them being the, you know, right kind of guys. You know, you can't just always bring any type of guy. You got to bring a certain type of guy to fit the program, as well as us being a player-led program as well. So, you know, there's already leaders in here like Anesh Cooper, Jalen Rivers that showed me the standard, and so then showed me and Cam the standard. So then when we got to, you know, see it, when the transfers like David Martinez and Tyler Barron and some of the incoming freshmen that came in, we were just able to keep relaying that standard and just keep it up.
Last question for me. You played against Cam Ward before,
yes.
Right? So we knew that. So you kind of knew what to expect, right? How was he, you know, as a Miami Hurricane?
Right. It looked a little better, you know, those Wazoo colors. I don't really like those colors. So it looked a lot cleaner to me. But, you know, like I said, I've said that for a while now. You know, he's the best quarterback in the country, and he plays like it with that confidence type of swag. I think he said in our interview he's a gunslinger, so you got to see that today. He's a gunslinger, and he's confident. You know, I think he threw an interception. That didn't shake his confidence. You know, he doesn't. It's automatic at all times, and that's someone that, you know, I want to go to battle with all year.
Awesome.